let's let you kick it off tonight, Michelle.
What, honey?
Why don't we let you kick it off before I begin? Okay?
Kick off.
Tell us what's going on.
Spring is almost here, right?
Yeah.
And it's a pink moon.
Yeah.
Heart Association's doing really well. We're really making an impact. And I was just at a meeting the other day, and they said, with all of the awareness that is being pushed out about being healthy and making healthy choices, there has been an improvement on the obesity rate on Long Island. So, we're saying that stats can be used to lead the way for anything, but we're holding on to these stats because we think they're right. So people are really being more mindful about taking care of their bodies. And if you need any information about that, please let me know. I asked last time about also doing a Little Hats, Big Hearts initiative, which is bringing little red hats to hospitals for newborns. And if you're interested in doing something like that, please let me know. If you knit, crochet, or do anything like that. So we're doing that for Mother's Day. Big Heart Ball is coming up. That's what all that stuff is out there. Very generous people have donated to that. So there's a Heart Ball on April 27th. And
it's coming up soon.
Oh, there's a ton going on.
Wow.
So our 5K walk out east. We have a dessert tasting out east, and then there's a golf outing and a weekend walk. So there's a tremendous amount of stuff that you can get involved with, but there's also a tremendous amount of stuff on our website for you to take a look at. And really keep yourself positive and healthy. And happy holidays. And
Thank you. Today is a holiday week. I debated about not having this tonight. I moved my New York City one to next week. But I can't be here in May. I'm going to be on the cruise. I'm the keynote speaker on the cruise as the keynote speaker. It's just so difficult. Somebody can put me here on an iPad and I can live stream from Bermuda, but other than that, it's really not going to work, okay? So since I can't be here in May, I decided that even though so many people are on vacation or on holiday or away right now, we can be together anyway. On the board, we have the different things that we have coming up. As you can see, no May class, but we will be meeting in the city. For those of you who do attend the city for the next 4 months, the city meeting will be on the third Monday of the month instead of the second. For 4 months, I have a business conflict, so we just are going to move it for 4 months. And then we always take August off in the city, so in September we'll go back to our normal schedule to make it simpler for everybody. And the long-awaited planting the seeds, and we all know through frozen ground and stormy seas, it was long-awaited. But planting the seeds is finally on the beautiful April 15th, this Saturday. Here are the places where we're designated to be formalizing our representation. There are plenty of other places that are celebrating as well. But this is the places. I don't think that I can be at the 12 and the 12:30 and the 2 all at once, but I will definitely be at the 12 and the 2. So come on down, and to any of them or all of them that you would like to attend. We will be, I have bulbs with me. I know we went through it formally last month of just declaring our intentions and putting them on the little pieces of biodegradable paper. If you were with us last month and you have your bulb and you have your slip of paper, make sure that you bring it, okay? In the meantime, Marie came up with a great idea. If you don't have my biodegradable paper, you can use a coffee filter, especially the brown unbleached ones. So use a coffee filter, write your intention for the way you want your life to be, and write your intention on the same slip of paper for the world in which you want to live. The whole idea is that we're planting peace. The power of our intentions by having hundreds of people planting at the same time or similar time, same day, is that we're putting energy in there that will bloom. It will grow roots, and it'll pop through the surface, and it will bloom. and it'll show the beauty of what we have inside of our hearts for everybody else to see outwardly. If you can't make it on the 15th to one of our events, please just grab your own kids and do this in your backyard, or do this by the bus stop. Plant your bulbs anywhere. Just let's get these intentions into the ground with the same energy and focus and consciousness concentrating on the same theme at the same time. We also, it's not on the board, I have to get it up on the website and I keep forgetting, but on what's the month before May? April. That's this month.
Passover.
On April 18th is next Tuesday, yes?
Yes.
Yep. April 18th, next Tuesday, we are doing a Planting the Seeds at Suffolk County Community College at their Grant campus. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people do that whole 9 to 5 thing, so it's not exactly convenient, but if you can skip out or you don't do the 9 to 5 thing and come down to the Brentwood campus. I'm going to have information up on the Piece It Together page on Facebook about exactly where we're meeting. But it's a fantastic way to show the students that adults do care about the world in which we live. For just young, energetic people out there saying, I'm not happy with the way the world is, they feel alone. But if they know we're standing side by side, we're planting our intentions, and that the whole entire Suffolk County Community College is behind the event, I think that will help to give them the support that they need to feel encouraged and positive and optimistic about what this world can be like. And I think it will empower them, too, to have us ultimately pass the torch to them, because this will be their world at some point. So if you can come to that event, I would appreciate it. Grab kids, grab old people, grab everybody, grab buses, and just come on down. Yeah, grab everything. Come on down.
That's my evening? Yeah.
That's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? And they're working out the details right now. It looks like they're excited enough about the event that they'll be hosting it on all 3 of their campuses by the end of June, which is really exciting. And I think they have a social justice, social something club that's pretty active on the Selden campus. They want to sponsor it, which would be really nice to get in there and show everybody that we are capable, okay? And capable through peace, not capable through anger. This is not a protest. This is the planting of love and possibility, right? Like I said, I have plenty of bulbs with me tonight if you need any. Let me know, and you can have whatever it is you need. I did forget to bring the paper, because I forget something everywhere I go. Anyone see my white scarf? It's really thick, wintry. If you find it, I love that scarf. It kept me warm through the whole winter, and now it's gone. So if you do see that, fluffy, nice, kind of, all right. So
Keep it in mind.
Keep it in mind. Thank you. Now it'll appear. Hey, listen, I just said the word gavel, and it appeared. Come on, somebody has to start. Instantaneous manifestation here.
I did a Bermuda.
Yeah. Online master class.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you
this
know
is all
about
out of
this?
order.
Yes.
This Festival for Change is up in Saratoga. That's fun. We're going to be at the Gideon Putnam Resort. Beautiful place, beautiful location. We have an outdoor festival for wellness, and indoors is outdoors is free to attend. Anybody can be there, and the indoors one is where I'll be speaking. It's not a large fee for Friday afternoon through Sunday afternoon. It's actually incredibly reasonable if you're interested in attending. We got a lot of speakers, a lot of experiential activities going on. So check that out. And then the online masterclass, I just realized what it was. It's an online summit. I think it's like a 30-day summit, and April 19th must be the day that I'm appearing on it. Okay? And it's probably about intuition. So.
And it's an art master or something? Art?
I think, yes.
Cooking, I don't know.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so that's everything. I was going to have another meeting for working on Piece It Together for the big give that will take place in June. But then once we canceled planting the seeds, I really didn't want to lose momentum for planting the seeds. So I kept everybody focused on our inaugural event, which is obviously Saturday. But right the day after, everybody joined me because we're going to be starting to focus on the big give. So don't think that you can rest after Saturday, even though I really appreciate your participation. There's no time off. We're going to get ready for the big give. We got a lot to accomplish in 2.5 months before the big give, and that'll take place in June. Okay? And I think we really are making a difference. I can see the spirit in a lot of people. I do have people in Charleston and Baltimore and Ohio and actually several locations in New Jersey right now just participating on Saturday. So the more we spread the word, the more we get this focus of energy out there. I noticed that probably one of the biggest shifts for me is I really used the news and what was going on in the real world to help explain our physical reality to people, and I've been doing that for about 10 years. It's easier to learn by illustration than it is to make up stories or just figure it all out yourself. But I've noticed that since the election and turning my focus to Piece It Together and putting all my energy there, I don't have much interest in explaining things through the news anymore. Been there, done that. I'm happy to answer questions about the news. I really am, because that's what I'm here for. I'm a conduit to universal knowledge. So I'm certainly happy to keep you abreast of anything that's confusing and to still use illustrations. But I'm not going to be the one to introduce it at our EPGs anymore, because I'm beginning to find it rather dull. If there's a challenge, it's a disconnect from the soul. The more people involved in the challenge, the more disconnect it is. When you look at what the challenge is, interpret the metaphor, find the benefit, that little simple process, which takes a couple of days to master, that process can be used for any challenge on earth. So as I was illustrating it over the last few years through something in Paris, through something here, something in Florida, something there, it's basically the same path over and over and over and over again. The challenges that involve a lot of humanity are designed to wake up more people, to tap people on the shoulder who are asleep, to give them the possibility of seeing something from a new perspective. These challenges are going to happen. They're going to continue to happen until we all hit the same level of enlightenment where we are truly loving ourselves. Therefore, the contributing energy that we're putting into the universe is not one of recovery or disempowerment or fear, but one of contribution and co-creation. So this is the way that the soul grows when we're human. We are human. If you would like to opt out of challenges, as I kind of pretty much have to the most part, if you personally want to opt out of your own personal challenges, then it's really important that you only focus on loving yourself and do whatever it takes to get rid of your masks and layers, get rid of the pain that you carry. Obviously, I'm giving you a synthesis of the things I've spoken about for the last 8 years, but it still remains true. Self-love is the pathway to harmony and to letting challenges go. I think when I started to listen to guides, if they had said to me, Karen, you're going to do this and you're going to do the things that we ask because if you do, you're going to have fewer challenges, that you'll see that the problems and those situations and the crises, they'll start to melt and dissolve. If they had said that to me up front, I would have sabotaged it. I would have put a resistance block as thick as this building between me and the possibility of it happening, because now it's cerebral. Now I got to think it through. What am I doing? What do I do? What should I do differently? Why did that happen? And I would feel in the center of blame. But the way that they did it so gracefully, where they just kept giving me an incentive moment to reach to, and then I looked back on what I had done with them, and I saw I had fewer challenges. That made me be able to be an advocate for saying that there's more to this path of enlightenment than just feeling happy. You actually dissolve the challenges around you. And the more you get to participate in that energy with the people that you come into touch with, the more their challenges begin to dissolve as well. I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but one of the greatest illustrations was in the first 2 years when I was talking to guides, communicating with them, at an obsessive level, and it was an obsessive level at the beginning, I would use my lens of perception of really, I just learned that everything is about love, that all you need is love. That song actually meant something. And as I was looking through the lens of love, and I was holding myself to a really high standard of lack of judgment and of seeing things, not where are they through judgment, but where are they vibrating? I would look at companies and people and organizations and situations, and I would say, where is this on the love vibration scale? Not right or wrong, up or down, better or worse, but where is it vibrating? And I became very adept at understanding how something was vibrating. So I would do a session with someone, like say Marie comes in, and Marie and I are doing a session, and instantaneously she's like, I want to talk about my job. Instantaneously, I'm going to know what the vibration of her company is and what her vibration is. So automatically, from intuition, I know if there's a disconnect because of the vibrations. Does her company have a higher vibration than her, or does she have a higher vibration than the company? And then I will intuit, if we stay focused on it, I will intuit what is the vibration of the person that she reports to. So now, is there a conflict that that person's vibration is higher and she feels insecure, she feels unworthy, or is there a conflict that her vibration is higher and she's having difficulty gracefully bringing that boss up to her level? Usually there's going to be a strong competition if your vibration is higher than your boss's without them knowing why. So looking in terms of vibration is really fascinating. So during that period, there was a show on, Extreme Home Makeover. You guys remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
And I was not watching TV at that time, but I would still know what was going on in the world, or I'd walk through a room that a TV was on. So I knew what the show was. And then I had a bunch of friends, like in the media and stuff, that were involved with the one that was out in my area, out in where I live. They had a house. And so because I knew the people involved that were filming it or writing about it, I got to get the inside info about it, and it was exciting for me to know that this family was being helped, 10 miles from my house. So that one particular episode I decided to watch because this was kind of a cool thing. This was a big deal. And I also had, from my little bit of connection to the show when I'd seen it, I said, on a vibrational scale, this is a high show. It's high. I'm psyched that there's something out there that is, coming from a place of love. It made me excited and optimistic because when you start to see things in terms of how they're vibrating, in the beginning, it's incredibly disappointing because most things are not vibrating high. And when you look, you don't want to say everything, and you're doing this night and day. You're like, what the heck am I doing here on earth? These people are insane, right? So so every now and then you want a little something. It's like, all right, well, this is good. So that was my thing. That was vibrating high. So I turned the show on, and the opening line is, every week we find a deserving family, and we blah, 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 blah. And with that, I'm like, damn it, I'm still alone. Because this show that vibrates higher than probably anything that was on TV at the time was encouraging people to be down and out, to be allowed to get help, to be allowed to get attention, to be allowed to be assisted. So you get yourself to rock bottom before we'll help you. That's when you're worthy. That's when you're worthy. And I'm like, oh man, the one, my hope, it was in that show, So I'm like, what I'm going to do? When I have an audience of millions, I'm going to create a show, and it's going to go like this. Every week, we're going to find one person who has manifested the reality that they want, and we're going to give more of it to them, and we're going to celebrate how they think, feel, believe, and act to have manifested that level of happiness. And we're going to let you all share in how happy they are. Every week we're going to choose a new person. And until we start doing that, we can't change the world. As long as we commiserate, as long as we believe we're good people because we have empathy, as long as that's the only way we structure our thoughts, we can't bring everybody up. So bring yourself up first and then give people an incentive of where they can go. Because there is a place to go. There is a place of peace. There is a place of happiness. There is a place of fulfillment and abundance and joy. And this whole mindset is my incentive for what we're going to be doing with the EPGs for the rest of the year. Okay? I'm describing it as the exploration of the soul. So as you know, I've coached thousands of people by now. I've spoken all over the country. I've written 5 books. I kind of have a body of experience in addition to having the channel. The channel is clear. I don't even need the experience in order to be able to bring information. But I kind of understand the journey of the soul in human form. So why not have us together? Let's find our souls, right? Let's do it. And we have I know I'm always with a crowd, right? My crowd and your crowd. Why don't we all together get every person in this room and anybody that shows up between now and the end of the year into learning more about who they are truly, okay? Ultimately, find out what is the essence of you. Why did you leap? Nobody kicked you out off the cloud and said, get out of here, you're a little old, you need to go try an earth life, you know, go try it fresh. No one kicked you out. You chose to be here. So your decision was incredibly well contemplated, and it was a brilliant idea, no matter how things are working out for you. It really was a good idea. So we want to rediscover, we want to remember what you were thinking when you leaped. And that's what this year is about. So I have a lot of activities planned for this year. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't be here in May for this group. I still will meet in the city on the 3rd Monday, and we still will have an activity. But then beginning here in June, I do have a very fun activity planned. When you log in to sign up, there's going to be a $5 materials fee in addition, because we're going to be hands-on in the month of June here. And what I'm calling it is the art, journeying through art. Now, don't be intimidated by that. You need absolutely no art talent whatsoever to participate in June. But come, I'm going to tell you, every single person in the room that's here will discover something. You will discover something about yourself at that event, okay? And then each month we'll be doing something different. The only thing that I do ask for June is because I do have other people involved helping me out. June is going to be the one month where I'm going to have to ask you got to register in advance. I can't do walk-ins because I won't be prepared for you if I don't know you're coming, okay? And we'll put that out there on the website, and we'll put that out there in my newsletter. But this is what we're going to do. I want to share with you in a condensed way how I got to be the happy person that I am. Not through the daily techniques that I did for those 2 years. That's all in happyand90.com. That's in my online program. You can sign up and register and take that course anytime you want. The stuff that made me become who I am today, or allowed me to be who I really am today, is all in that course. So what we're going to do is stuff that complements the course. We're going to do hands-on discovery work for you to find out the essence of your being. That's the goal. And I'm really excited about it. I was very, very patient for the first 5 years or so doing this. I tend to be a little bit kind of gentle in my assistance of people. I don't really feel as patient, which is weird. You'd think I'd get more patient. But I'm actually getting less patient because I love people so much. I really want to amp this up. I really want you guys to get it. I want you to live happily. I don't have the patience anymore for you not being happy. Okay? I just don't. So come on, let's do this. Really, enough. I gave you enough time. Okay? Now let's go. That's kind of how I feel. So come with me. We're really going to get this done. I promise you we're going to get this done. If you've ever met anyone that's been on one of my 3-day weekends, you'll know how transformational it is. You can't attend one of my 3-day weekends and come back the same. You just can't. They are changing. They change you fundamentally. I'd like to see this year of exploration of the soul is going to be the same thing, but once a month instead of just spending 3 days together. We're going to cover a lot of the things that, and mostly all new stuff. As you can see, I get bored easily. So I'm not going to revamp stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of fresh stuff, fresh ways to discover exactly who we are and how to be who we are. Okay. Last month, I did get, carried away, sidetracked, let's call it refocused. I got refocused during the meeting, so I did not focus on reading people, and I promised that I would spend extra time reading people this month, and luckily one of my little minions reminded me that I did make that promise, because I'm going to hold me to that promise. So tonight I will do a little bit more readings than I normally do, just to help put that energy out there and let you see how intuition works. Just out of curiosity, I don't know if we've had any moments recently with anyone in this room, but I think it's always, you guys, if you're not doing a session with me, you might not get the magic of it, but does anyone have a recent example or any example of me doing a session with you where you really did have an aha moment or validation after the session that something came into your presence that you might want to share? Anyone have anything like that? Derek?
I guess I'll share.
Oh, thank you.
So we had a session last week, and kind of whatever the topic was, there was basically, and then the way you explained it in a very specific way about with music and something like that. And then I went back to an order writing that I did 3 years ago.
And I talked about lots of instruments and vibration.
Right,
and
vibration, yeah. All right. So when we first started doing sessions about 3 years ago, something like that, it was one of the first assignments you gave me was to do an order writing on the exact topic we were talking about, and what came out was all about music and vibrations and all that kind of stuff. So it was direct right away.
Wow.
So
and you
cool.
went back to that writing on that day.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
It was. It was pretty cool.
Mind-blowing. Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So cool. Good. All right. And that is how it happens for me too, where something hits me in the morning and later on it's relevant, or the next day it's relevant.
I'll share through, I play singing bowls, and I do a lot of my healing through vibration and sound vibration. That's one of the ways. And when you had that, give a one word, I took 20 minutes to scroll down 199 times.
Imagine what it took me,
I was
sweetheart.
really patient. I know, my laundry wasn't piling up. But you say, what word? And it was musical.
Oh, was it?
It was musical, and you wrote not in the just the typical sense, which I knew because I go by.
Oh, like now you're not sitting there
It's
playing the flute and singing.
Yeah.
Right, it's vibrational healing, it's energy.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was musical, and it made my heart sing.
Aww, I love that. Thank you.
It was really affirming.
Thank you for sharing that. I got a lot of really beautiful notes on the post, but I also got a lot of people were just a little more shy, and I got a lot of inboxes about how that word changed their perspective. I got a lot of beautiful inboxes. It got actually kind of sweet. I'm like on person 399, and I have like 472 to go, and now I got like, I can hear the inboxes coming in. Boom. And answering an inbox is a lot lengthier than just putting one word, getting one word and putting it on the wall. So I'm like, God, it's okay. It takes a while.
Thank you for sharing. I just want to thank you for that, because that was really probably very time consuming for you, and it was such a gift, and I loved my word. It made me feel
What was your
so
word?
good, vibrant.
Aww.
And then I looked it up,
cute.
and I
I
was
like
like,
that.
so that it warmed my heart, really a lot. And, so thank you.
I when I got a word, I wanted so much to explain it to people. Like I really wanted to tap out a paragraph to everyone, and it was a little challenging for me not to be able to further explain your word, because I never wanted anyone to see their word in a limited way. I wanted them to see all of the dimensions and depth to it from a lot of angles, and especially in the way that it was intended when I got it. I wanted people to understand that, That's funny. That's sweet. Thank you. All right, good. Yeah, I kind of thought it would get, I thought it would get a nice response. I didn't think it was going to be a break the internet response. I guess that's the last time you did that one.
Yeah, right.
I'd have to kind of revamp that a little.
Right. Yeah. First 10.
All I know is my family's been complaining for 8 days now. The internet's not working well. The internet is being sucked into the vortex on my desk. Of course there's no internet left for the rest of you. It's all here. But it was good. Oh, and Kiss Me Cake has the cupcakes that Marie brought. The piece, planting the seeds cupcakes that they. Oh my gosh, it was really the best tasting cupcake I've ever had in my entire life. It really, really is.
Yeah.
So grab a cupcake down there too. Good. All right, so let me think. Do I want to start? Do I want to do the reading so I don't? We'll start with the reading. We'll do that. We know how I can refocus, right? Routinely refocus. So the soul can wait. Let's get to the readings. Okay? All right. Let me have the list. Thank you.
Just hit the red button.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's begin with.
They might be a little bit.
Aha.
Perfect time.
Yeah. Do this. Instantaneous manifestation. Again.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where did the gavel come from, by the way?
You manifested it.
I mean, honestly, I've been here for so long, I never saw a gavel, and all of a sudden I say I need a gavel.
It's part of
It's part of
No, I
it.
definitely don't have enough
How
on
did I
mine.
never ever see that?
You must have.
Yeah, I did.
You never got that worked up over one and one.
Yeah.
You would have to.
You're
I've
getting better.
already declared that I'm no longer patient.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
That's what I should name the course. Get happy, damn it!
Yeah.
AKA. Or get out.
Oh, not much.
All right, let's see who we have.
Watch the third line.
You're holding us back.
Yeah, really. Catch up. Miss Julie.
Yes.
Yeah. She manifested. The name on that paper.
All right, so what is my next career path?
Simple question.
Or next job, you know. Just like
Or next job. On the corner of Lincoln and... Okay, what do you... I'm getting some images of things, but... All right, let me tell you what I'm getting first, and then you tell me what you're doing. Okay, we'll start there, and then we'll build up from there, okay? All right, the images I'm getting is I'm definitely seeing you as a leader. I feel like the people that you're leading are younger than you. I feel a lot of enthusiasm, and I see more group than I do one-on-one, okay? So that's what I see. So now you tell me where you are, and let's see where these two bend together.
Yeah, so I'm a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor. I teach all groups right now. I teach kids, I teach older adults, I teach people my age. But money-wise, it's not consistent. So, but in order for me to do anything else that is consistent, I would have to give up what I'm currently doing, and I love what I'm doing. So, hence why I'm stuck.
Okay. So where you are doing your personal training, are you affiliated with one particular gym, or are you doing it privately?
No, I go to people's homes,
Okay.
or I rent space from gyms.
Okay.
It's my own business.
Okay. All right. Good. And you love what you're doing.
I love what I do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do have to say that according to everything that I got, and even things I was getting while you were speaking, you are paralleling with a part of your being. I mean, there's no doubt. Normally when this happens and someone's talking to me about career, I'm just trying to be up here graceful, I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Why are you doing that? And, really? Okay. But this is like, there's a really, really good parallel. So what we really need to just look at is how to amp up the income part of it. Okay. One of the things to do is whenever you're in a role like that specifically, you gotta ask yourself, who is spending money on this? Who has the money to spend? Who has the resources? Who has the time, and who has the money? And there's nothing wrong at all with having a baseline of where you're getting your bread and butter from those who have the resources to provide that to you. And then you can build it like as a pyramid, that fewer resources, you are maybe giving a little bit less energy and a little bit less time, but that you're still touching those other levels. So start to see your role more in a pyramid shape where you do need the bread and butter. If you had a certain level base income per year, then the other magic that it is that you're doing would be able to provide you with reaching the people that you want to reach, doing more one-on-one, getting more groups together. So now you're going to just answer the question, where are the people that want this, and where are the people that are willing to spend the time and the money on it, and are willing to pay a premium for me being there at their door, ready, okay? So yes, I know it's interesting how we all do want to save the world when we get that feeling of this really makes a difference. If I can help you with your body, or I can help you with your energy or your food or whatever, we want to go out and help everybody. So we make sliding scales. All right, just give me $5, right? But it doesn't really necessarily work like that, because there's going to be a base level that we all have to meet in order to be able to successfully live on Long Island, and especially to live with the lifestyle that we are enjoying, where we have balance, we have free time, we have no worry about where is our next pay going to come from. And so this is what it is that you want to look at, is figure out how you can find that revenue base, what areas or what people have the resources to have you come in, whether it's twice a week, whether they have 2 or 3 friends come together at their home, whether it's 2 or 3 appointments in a row in a neighborhood. Give incentives with cards of different things that they can get, not necessarily even more of your time. You don't want to give away your time, because that's going to put you back instead of moving forward, but other incentives of ways that you can get them to recommend people, and then do another session down the block with 2 people or 3 people or 4 people, okay? And because I will tell you, I do really feel like you're in the right place at the right time at the moment. Doesn't mean it's the forever path for you, but right now it's a very, very, very good path for you, and not a lot of people can say that. Okay?
Thank you.
When I, you know, I've often talked about the school that I download. You know, I download a elementary school, high school, and the download of it, I know it's literally created in the energy realm. Okay? I know it. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that when we open up that school or those schools, kids are really going to be educated beautifully from the inside and the out. But I also recognize that you can't just go knock on the doors in Albany and say, listen guys, here's a really great plan. I know it's going to work. I channel it. I talk to you guys. I know stuff. I'm not going to get anywhere. So what we have to do is figure out, well, where are the resources that will help us do a sample school? And there's really only 2 possibilities. One, wealthy communities, and the other is communities of populations of special needs where there are more resources to put the funding into something that's a little more experimental. So I get that I would love to go into everybody's school district and go in and revamp it, and you know, I think that's the best way to make the world a better place, is to get in there and educate kids. But I get also that these are the 2 areas where I could really get it done, and then take the success of the formula and then use that to knock on the door in Washington or in Albany and say, this is our results. This is what these kids are doing. This is how these kids feel. This is how they are succeeding by any definition of success, okay? So you want to think about it the same way. Would you love to help every single person? Yeah, but it doesn't work that way. Not right now on Earth, okay?
Thanks.
All right, good. You might also think about coupling with people who are doing at-home parties and maybe go in and do 10 or 15 minutes of simple things you can do to make yourself feel more energized. So if you're at one of those parties, it's a Friday night, it's girls' night out, or I know guys are really big into that kind of stuff. Guys' night out at a home party, jewelry sales, and then just take 10 minutes and 15 minutes. I'm going to give you 10 or 15 minutes of 3 things you can do every day, and your energy and your mental clarity is going to increase. Okay? Then you give out your card. There, you got another 20 people. You got another 10 people. You got another. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to make a suggestion too. If you wanted to go to plastic surgeons or hair salons, or even more than hair salons, or beauty, not estheticians. You know, the people that do Botox. The people. I know it may sound counterintuitive to do. But people who care about their appearance and have the resources to spend on Botox or hair treatments or whatever, and work a cross referral. So say, you know what, I have all these women that I'm going to give your card if you put my cards out. Make a brochure and you can do something like that, and that's a great way to go.
It's a really great idea.
That is. Any other takers? Good,
I'll take a card.
If you want to give me some cards, I'll put them in the
Nice. This is the best group
Good, excellent, good. Okay, I'm going to pull another name, not out of the coffee cup, which I did. But out of the other cup. Uh-oh, I picked 2, so let me not look at, I picked 3. Hold on.
Pick the right one, pick the right one.
That matters, your phone's going to read everybody anyway.
I think it's just 1. Susan!
Yay!
I'm sorry, that's why I said Susan instead of Sue.
Okay. What do you want to know?
What do you want to know?
Where's the other way around?
I guess I would apply a similar question. I'm on my path.
Wait, am I allowed to?
Yes, you can do anything. You can take it. I'd rather you take it than
All right,
me.
I am being given an image and a vision, so
I love it.
let me go there.
Good,
Anyway,
that's why I said, what do you want to know? I'd rather not really ask.
Yeah, I could see that the guys were like, she doesn't want to take over here. She wants you to do this. I have an interesting image of you in a past life, and the setting it's very desert-like, I can tell, and the life for you is it's a nomadic. Thank you. It's a nomadic life, and desert it's not pure desert. It's sort of like on the fringe, not that
Sandy stuff.
Yeah, like not deadly, but
It's not 150 degrees, it's 120 degrees.
yes, 120.5. But that was a really good try. Okay, I'm still the psychic in the room. But yeah, she's right. And so you're female in that earth life, and there is a part of you that's connected. There's a part of you that's intuitive. And there's something a little bit mystical about you, according to, it feels tribal, okay? So the tribe accepts that there's something about you that's a little bit different, and they have faith in what it is that you bring. They don't really understand the concept of channeling or talking to guides or universal consciousness or anything like that, but they definitely get that you are wise beyond the knowledge of the tribe. The thing about it is, in that earth life for you, and I don't even feel like it was that long ago, like maybe a few hundred years, but the primitiveness feels much more ancient than just it being a few hundred years. But I really feel like where you lived was a bit isolated, so it feels more ancient just simply because you didn't have a lot of contact with other cultures or villages. And in this, I think it's so interesting. I think you felt a little bit like I said I feel today. I was joking about the impatience. But in that earth life, you didn't joke about it. You didn't use, your patience was running out, and you became the that untouchable person that you don't know if you're going to get joy or you're going to be crushed when you talk to them, because your impatience just you flew sometimes with sparks of rage from your impatience. Okay, and I can see as you're walking and moving around that you didn't have the sensibility in that earth life to just quiet yourself and say, this isn't right. You have to settle yourself down in order to really be able to help people. It's almost like you wanted to pound the help into people. Okay, so it wasn't working, and you became very, very agitated, very, very, very grumpy, until the point that people really didn't want to be around you, so you lost your ability to even be of value to them. And so when you died in that earth life, you hadn't reconciled that contrast of having truth and not being able to express it in a way that it could be taken in. You didn't reconcile how you could have done something differently to have more reach or have more ability to harmonize others or help others harmonize. So a lot of that fuel came into this earth life with you. Okay? All right. And you had some very earthly experimentation in between that lifetime and this one, sort of like the real kinds of earthly experimentation, like this is a house and people break things and people break arms and people get divorced and people hurt each other. You had some earth lives in the middle with like no real access to spiritual wisdom. So you also went through a period of feeling on earth like you were separated from it. So the catalyst of both of those things coming together is what you're merging. I don't want to be without it, and I don't want to force it on anyone either. I want to do this with grace and with peace. Okay? That's your answer.
Thank you.
To a question you didn't ask.
That was really well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Anne's surprised. I know she is.
I'm surprised.
Yes, I know you
surprised me. What do you want to tell me about the guy at my house today who came to give me housework? What was up with him?
You know, it's interesting because based on what we were talking about earlier, the quirks that some people develop, it's all, you know, you're not born that way. You know, we do develop quirks because of our earth lives. One of the things I find so interesting is that in previous generations, we still grew up with chaos in our families and pain and horrible things going on inside the home. And it's not like we're living with more pain inside of our homes or we've had more experiences of pain in our upbringing. It's not that it's more. It's just that when we gave ourselves permission to acknowledge it and know that the bar can be set for harmony and peace and having a life that we choose, and we also see that our energy plays a part in how we feel as adults. We have kind of stopped faking it. And I think that previous generations that appeared to have their stuff all together, inside they didn't have their stuff together. But they knew that there was cultural appearance that had to be put forth. And the outliers, that small in the bell curve, the small little bit outside of the bell curve, were so unique that everybody knew about the guy down the block, right? But you didn't meet another guy like that for another 3 decades. So the reason it's so prevalent is because we have permission to understand the dysfunction of what we grew up with. And I think that's a lot of the reasons why we have so many health issues, so many addiction issues, and so much issues with anxiety and mental health as well, because we've given ourselves permission to feel the effect or the consequences, but we haven't given ourselves permission to reharmonize or to know the tools to reharmonize. That's the issue, okay? So since we were having that topic about how this person, he came in as an example of the consequence of being aware that our experiences do affect us when we grow up, all right? So now, since this generation is experiencing a lot of chaos, the next generation is going to say, well, now we know the component of this, and we know the component of this, and we know the component of that. What's a way that we can help everybody not have to feel disharmonious as adults, even if they did have chaotic circumstances in childhood? Okay?
He managed to go through everything, from his family to his health to everything, and the time that he was at my house. But he had so many great reviews on his.
And then the other balance is when you asked, and I don't think that there's any, that this does not, it doesn't play out in his work.
But he was so freaking bipolar, and the whole time he was at my house, it was so weird.
Yeah.
But you think his work would be okay?
I actually
That's
do.
judgment, No, he literally is bipolar.
Yeah.
He told me that, but he told me that. But he came in like one way and he exited another way. It was so weird.
Now, if he had gone to my school when he was a kid, we might not be having that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the reason he came to illustrate that there's different definitions of adulthood today than there was 20 years ago or 30 years ago. This is a brand new definition of what it means to be an adult, and we gotta make new. We got to make a new paradigm for it all.
So, what was the benefit of Ann meeting?
The benefit was just to illustrate what it was that we were talking about. How, and I know she's joking around when she said he was so bipolar, but I really don't think she's judging. I really think she felt.
No, really, and it's funny too because he, at one point, where like towards the end, and I'm asking him questions, and he didn't. It's like he didn't want me to ask him anything, and then he like softened up after a while. But literally, he was at my house for 2.5 hours. And at one time, he said to me, "I feel like you're being resistant." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "I want you to give me possibilities and options here." Like, and he's like, "You think I'm being resistant?"
So he goes to work every day and works out his childhood stuff on anybody who's his customer.
Yeah.
You know. I'd also say if you do hire him, just stay out of the kitchen. Please no. Thanks so much for your help today. Tomorrow, may I suggest? This might make them happier. Okay. But that's the reason. Just to it's. If I could just have the House and the Senate for a few hours. Mandated meeting. I think I could help get things back on course. And it's so important for people to understand the consequence, the direct domino effect that their unique childhood experiences had on them. Not for blame, but for comprehension. The comprehension is what liberates us from having them have a hold on us. And I just wish I could help everybody understand that. Not only to help everybody reharmonize who's already an adult, but mainly for us to be able to liberate our children before we imprison them. That's the goal, is to stop imprisoning new beings, but to liberate them before we get to that point. Okay?
Did I have any positive effect on him?
I think it's interesting, but I do think he's contemplative, and he will actually mull over that you were kind to him, even if he realizes that he wasn't exactly the most patient. Okay, so I do think, enough people who are patient with him, I think it has an aggregate effect and will slowly make him feel that he's worthy. Yeah, it was deliberate that he was there. There are no accidents. We already know that. Okay? Funny.
Can we take a break now?
Oh, is it that time?
It's 8:05.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sue. We're going to take a break. Everybody, grab a cup of coffee, mingle, meet others, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes.
Bring it back, people, bring it.
Thanks for that.
Gavel time.
Oh, yeah. I have a gavel.
Use it.
Oh, it's so,
Powerful.
Order in the court.
all right. I definitely don't want to be a gavel.
Well, the Julius just shut it
Honorable Sharon Garvey.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't want the first 5 times.
Either that or I'm making a bracelet. This bracelet says, shut up! Shut up and get happy. By the way, speaking of bracelets, if everybody hasn't seen the new addition to the family, I put out a sheet. If you're interested in ordering, you choose the color of your charm, the color of your band, and the word that it is that you want. If you go more than 6 letters in your word, you go to just the larger charm. We can go up to about 8 letters, but not much more than that. Okay.
Can you show it closer?
Can
you show it closer?
Oh, there we go.
And it might be.
I'll pass the cup.
Or we could pass my wrist around.
There you go.
Yeah. What word do you have?
Get on the table, Lynn. That's right. All right, I'll pass a couple around so you can see. Okay? Part of the proceeds is going to fund Piece It Together. That was my motivation for starting this, was to find a way that we can fund Piece It Together. I found asking for donations doesn't work as well, but asking people to wear a pretty bracelet works a little bit better. So share, because we do have to continue to raise more money for the big gig. That'll be our only kind of expensive activity that we do for the year. But it does mean that we're going to be buying the gifts, printing up the cards. We're getting matching bandanas that say Piece It Together on it. So there is some expense involved. So this will help to fund Piece It Together. And hopefully next year will help fund it for thousands of people. Okay? Okay. Now,
How much are the bracelets?
With the adjustable band is 12, and if there's a clasp on it, it's 15. Okay? But the clasp, you do have to give me a better measurement. All right? Adjustable, obviously, just small, medium, large works. Okay? Are we good? Good. All right, I'm going to read 2 more people, and then we're going to start off with our exploration of the soul that we'll be doing throughout the whole year. But I do want to make sure I kick it off tonight. But let me read 2 more people first, and the first one that I pick out is hopefully just one. And we have the other Sue. Susan. Yay. Susan.
Tell me everything.
There was an explosion of
what would my guides like me to know, for right now? That could benefit me and all the other peeps.
Opera videography.
No, it's memory. I've seen you evolve a lot over the last few years, and probably one of the hardest things for anyone to really do is to take the song that Marie was just playing and apply it. That song, it seems so simple. All you need is love, and it is a simple song. And if we treat it lightheartedly and just flippant, and it's out there in the background and all that, if we can't really understand the energy and the concept behind it, then you can't let it do its job, which is reharmonizing things, reharmonizing your life, bringing abundance to you and to others, because it is that simple, that all you need is love. So the answer is to you that what your guides want you to know is that I think recently, even though you had the all you need is love in your head and the philosophy of it was there, and there was a heart part that definitely you were doing it, you were taking the actions of all you need is love. Your guides just want you to know that it's now in you more. That when you can, it's like a second language. When you start to learn the second language, you have to constantly translate and go back and forth. and it's tedious, and it never translates exactly the way you intended it to be. But then you stick with the language long enough, all of a sudden you can think in that language without translating it in your head first. That's how wisdom becomes us, is we don't have to translate it anymore. We don't have to stop and think about it. And so you're getting into that point where the lens that you are interacting with the world and with yourself through is through the lens of love. And so congratulations on that. And just keep letting that be your intention, because everything just gets smoother and better and happier and freer and more abundant when that is your being, not something in your head, not a philosophy.
So do I get that? How do I get that for it tomorrow? That's another class, right?
That'll be in the May class. Okay?
Yeah.
Come on. Don't miss that one. Don't miss that one. Okay? Don't miss that.
You'll be videoing me.
Yeah, we'll have our own class.
Now you're all going to head into the city, right?
Yeah.
Renting a bus. Go to the city, because Karen's going to give us that answer. She said.
My daughter lives down the block on 83rd Street, so we'll have a bus. We'll see my grandson. We'll have a good time.
I never know how this works out, but oftentimes newcomers are the ones whose name I pull out. Aviva, it's you. So. Now, and it's interesting, too, that you're the last one pulled, so you got a feel for this already. So let's put you in the spotlight. Is there anything you're curious about that you would like me to answer from your guides?
Yeah, heartfelt issues, but they would know what they are, so I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. All right. I'm being shown 3 people, 2 men and, well, 2 males and a female, okay? And I'm seeing that the 3 of them are very distracting to you because of their level of need. And I'm not talking about physical need necessarily. I'm talking about that there's a dependency. I see a lot of levelness with the 2 males. And I don't know why, but I'm seeing the males here and I'm seeing the female right here. I don't know why they're showing it. They show it that way, usually for a reason. Maybe you can interpret that. But what I'm being asked to help you understand is that this is a time where you can start to, especially the 2 males, is start to give it back to them, start to take it off your plate and give it to them. That's going to be the best possible thing for them.